Hello, greetings to you. You're welcome to our channel, Touch Billions TV. And today we're actually going to be looking at the chart on XAUUSD gold. Um, Today is 05/08/2025. And we're going to be looking at the possibility of what we feel or think that the markets will do. Now, yesterday we actually mapped out some very interesting points. Let's do let's get to look at the 1 day time frame and get to see what the market is doing. So if you look at the points where we mapped out in terms of a sell, here we can see that this point has been a point of resistance to some extent. You can see here markets came to this zone, though here massively, but came down. Markets came to this particular zone again and reacted, creating a lower low. Markets came back to this zone again and got rejected as well. Markets came to this zone again and got rejected, right? So there's a tendency that markets can actually come to this same zone, right? Because that is exactly what is happening here, and still gets what rejected, right? Good. Now, if we see this going to the lower time frame, we've already mapped out this point, right? But we're still just going to look at it again, right? So we can see that the market, we said that the market, what we're looking at the market doing is coming to balance this imbalance that is currently here in the market, right? Coming to balance this imbalance that is currently here in the market. And we can see very clearly that, yes, a lot of people may have had that tendency or mentality that, this market is actually coming down to balance this point. But then that is exactly not what the market has done. The market has actually been on an uptrend. We can see very clearly that the market, yes, broke structures, was around this zone here. There was a little rejection at this particular point, but then the market started also continued its upward movement. So already we've pointed out this point. You see that the market has been on a downtrend from the very top of this point all the way down to this point here. The market has been on a downtrend. And seeing that, of course, you can see here there was also a break of structure around this zone here. There was also a break of structure around this zone here, right? So this is something incredible to see, right? So the market also created a low at this point, which I strongly believe that the market would want to come and feel, right, would actually come to, which can also be called a sell side liquidity, right? So our projections are still very much open, right? Our projections are still very much open and valid. So what are the projections that we are still looking at for? Is the fact that the market being at this zone, there's a high tendency, because the market is showing an uptrend movement. So there's a high tendency that the market will come, fill up this point here and tap this particular zone and start coming down. So let's look at it on a lower time frame, probably on a lower time frame. Let's see that. Okay, so but then very incredibly, let's just maintain the 4 hours time frame and just get this very active in this point. So I'll be getting it from this particular zone here. So let's get it from this zone here. Okay, some people will say this. So let's do this. Let's do this here, so it will be more clear, right? So we can be looking at this. So I'm taking this from the 4 hours time frame here. I'm taking this from the 4 hours time frame. Let me shift this a little bit to not be close to that point. So I'm taking this from the 4 hours time frame. So we're looking at this, right? The possibilities of the markets coming to this zone, giving us some level of buys, right? Giving us some level of sales, by taking it up and coming to the zone and filling up this fair value gap at this point and reacting to this OB here. Of course, there's some level of resistance at this point here, right? So this can also be known as liquidities here. This can also be known as what? Liquidities here, right? So if the market does that, gets a massive move, right, and we can actually see the market coming all the way down to fill up the zones, and we can see the tendency of the market creating something massive. So as we know, gold is actually a pair that is very, very volatile. Now, one thing you really need to understand about trading is all about patience. A lot of people just want to get into the action. Let's say the market is headed towards a particular direction. They just feel that they are missing out on something. No, you're not missing out on anything. That's just a simple truth. Because you have to be patient for your setup to play out. You have to be patient for your setup to play out. Most of the times, you just need one good trade in a week to really give you what you're looking for. Not 10 trades in a week that can end up blowing up your account or giving you a series of losses. And that's why you really need to be able to understand that one of the greatest skills in trading is waiting. One of the greatest skills in trading is what? Waiting. The ability to wait. Right? The ability to wait. So one can have this as an entry. One can also have this particular zone here as an entry too. Right? This zone here as an entry close to the OB, depending on how you're drawing it. So let's look at the 2 hours time frame and see. Okay. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame and see very clearly. Okay. So it's that. So one can have that and see. So you need to be able to what? Be very patient when it comes to this trading game. Right? Let's just put this here. So be very patient when it comes to this trading game, right? Rushing into trades does not necessarily mean that it's going to play out. But most times when you trade your plan, trading your plan is you have a setup in mind and you patiently wait for that particular setup. That would be able to create something incredible in you. Why? Because you see clearly that you actually are patient when it comes to this game. So I encourage you traders out there, do well to try as much as possible not to rush into trades because you feel that you just want to make money. Yes, you can make money, right? But then you need to be patient. You need to have that patience in you that when you set an entry and wait for it, even if the trade market does not find out, most times you're going to experience what we call mis-entries. You're going to experience what we call mis-entries, right? It's normal. Don't feel bad. Always be excited that you've been in that position whereby you analyze a trade and waited for the trade. It means that you are trading your plan. You're not like the 90% of traders out there who are not patient, are always looking for an action in the market. If they are not trading, it's as if they are not doing something. It's as if they are wasting their time. No, that is wrong, right? You're not wasting your time. You're actually waiting for the perfect time. You're like a hunter targeting a target, and once it enters well, you patiently wait. Once it's in your range of shooting, you kill it without any form of mercy. So please, if you got value, do well to subscribe to the channel, do well to like the video, do well to comment. Know fully well that we're here to help you win.